Just a quick technical analysis video for the Quasidb service for the 16th of April. Euro dollar, we've got the bearish Gartley still, got a descending line from that high, but we're broken above. But we still have this harmonic resistance, so that level there. Oh yeah, by the way, this black line is your monthly pivot. Okay, so I went through all the charts, just put monthly pivots on. So keep an eye on these levels, hopefully you can see them. We could have a triangle break scenario, and we've got some resistance on the Dixie as well, which I was just reading on Trigger Buddy. So yeah, we've got that support from that diagonal, and we might have a triangle break potentially, but we are below the monthly pivot, and we've got descending pitchfork, descending channel. Pound USD, we're above the monthly pivot, and we're above the median line, so that's 122.40. So your 38.2 support is 124588, and there's your resistance there, 61.8 at 12642. See how it hit that diagonal 3 days ago. So some strong resistance up there. Maybe a bounce of monthly pivot, take some stops out, and we'll see how we go. Euro pound, we're below the monthly pivot, which is that black line. Support the median line there at 86.70, and your resistance at 87.83. So yeah, keep an eye on them. Aussie USD, there's your monthly pivot. We are above, so don't forget and check the sentiment as well. And you want the dynamic and the static to agree. And I think that was a mismarriage, as a disharmony between the dynamic and the static there. So keep an eye on the signals and the dashboard. Got an ascending shift channel, descending pitchfork. So your 62.97, 63.28 are your levels of interest. Gold, we've got an ascending pitchfork, but we've got a bearish ABCD. There's that level of interest there, 1777. If price breaks above, then it negates this bearish ABCD pattern. And I did manage to catch it on the high, so I need to be a little bit cautious about what's going to happen, because ideally I want to actually have some profit this week. So yeah, keep an eye on that high there. That's your recent high, 1743, and your support at 1730. And there was nice supports below, and notice how well all the dips were bought as well. So dollar yen, the pivot's down there, monthly pivot, descending channel and ascending pitchfork. Your support 107.23 and resistance 107.86. So keep an eye on that too. There's your support there. I don't know if you saw my tweet. I think it might have went out to the Telegram technical channel. So there's supports there from that point where it broke. So that's your D support at 107.38. Aussie yen on the daily. So we're above the median line, and we're above the monthly pivot. Your resistance is 67.94, and your support is 66.59. So yeah, just keep an eye on that. Technically, it's not in a bad place, and we've got some resistance above. Okay, Kiwi, this is your monthly pivot, so it did actually test that and then rebounded. So I wouldn't advise selling when it's above. So you see how it bounced, quite healthily bounce off the pivot this morning. So it's 59.88 and 60. God, it's hard to see that one. 60.18, yeah. So support, resistance, and then your support there. So keep an eye on that monthly pivot. It's probably not a bad idea for you to actually put these on your charts. This is MetaTrader 5, and I would normally use the Wyatt's pivot indicator, but it's not compatible with MetaTrader 5. So just manually draw a line for the monthly pivot, and then you can see, well, I wouldn't necessarily sell the Kiwi dollar when it's above the pivot. Below, yeah, but you'd want to be careful. Kiwi yen, there's your monthly pivot, and so there's your diagonal break. Your resistance, perhaps support is 64.41. We're at 64.43 now. 64.06, 64.76 resistance. So keep an eye on that. Euro yen, so we're below the monthly pivot, descending channel, pitchfork and the descending channel. 117.22 is your resistance at 38.2, and your median line support is 116.50. So keep an eye on that. Technically, it's a sell, and sentimentally, you'd want to check the dynamic and the static for that. DAX. So these funny old lines there. Get rid of that. Smooth that across. See that. So we've got a bearish harmonic, and that would negate if we crack above 11118. We've got an ascending channel. Your resistance at 104.97, support 103.62. It might well break this, but as it stands, it's bearish. But you'd want to check your sentiment on the FXCM, which you'd also have access to, and checking that regularly. Got the Dow. It's still a bearish sequence on the daily. And there's your resistance at 24146 and your support 23177. I'll just see if I can see any other time frames because they weren't formatting very well. So there's your H4. Not too bad. There's your line there. That is, if we break above, then it negates this bearish sequence. So keep an eye on 24189. I think it's probably going to rally because the sentiment's a buy, and the more that retail sell it, then obviously the price is going to come up. So there's some support there on the median line on the H4 at 23354. Dollar CAD, bullish sequence, descending channel, but an ascending pitchfork. So keep an eye on 14110, 14059, and 14217. But the sentiment's a big buy on that. I think it's like 30% long. So lots of people are caught now. So it's going to go up to punish them, take their stops. And the last one is the dollar Swiss. We can create a channel there from the lows. So we've got an ascending channel, an ascending pitchfork. There's your resistance at 97.01 and your support at 96.27. So fairly longer video than yesterday. Tomorrow I'll do the sentiment one, and keep an eye on the jobs data, and I think it's going to be priced in anyway. If anyone's suspecting a beat, then they'd be wrong. So I think it's probably been priced in already. I'll have to wait and see. So yeah, good luck, and I'll speak to you soon.